Stayed down in Rosalie Lake last night. On the JMT, that little 15-mile section along all the lakes that I wanted to see, that I wanted to swim in, but I was out running thunder and lightning storms all day, so that plan did not work. But there was, of course, a whole bunch of JMTers came into that campsite because most of the lakes are closed because of the high impact on them. But this one, this lake, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing a big climb out of here, it's kind of like in a hole. It's we had to make a big climb into it, or to get up to the ridge and then down into it. So it's kind of got steep banks, so the only place to actually camp is away from the water, which is what happened to a lot of the other lakes. Was they had shores and people were abusing them and really causing erosion and stuff. So, but there were tons of good campsites, and I was happy to have them there last night because I went to hook up my stove to my canister and couldn't get it to go together. And then I remembered whenever I had to stop and make mac and cheese yesterday to get myself straightened out about 9 o'clock. It didn't feel right. Like it sounded different whenever I started it up, almost like there was a lot of fuel coming out of the canister, and I messed with it. Anyway, I was able to cook with it yesterday morning, but then last night when I tried to hook it back up, it didn't work. So there were a bunch of JMTers there, and of course they wanted to help, and we tried hooking my little stove to another canister and it wouldn't go, and then trying to hook one of their stoves to my canister and it wouldn't go. So the threading on probably both is messed up, so it's a good thing I'm going into Red's Meadow and Mammoth today. That way I can get a new stove and a new canister. It's one of those BRS stoves you can buy off Amazon for like $16 or used to. And it's served me well for many, many years, but it's finally something weird happened to it, and I have to get something else now. I don't know what they'll have, but Mammoth is a pretty good sized little town, so maybe at least a pocket rocket or something be available even at Red's Meadow. So the deal with Red's Meadow and Mammoth is there's a lot of road construction, and the road is only open on the weekends, and this is through the week. So when I get to Red's, I'll have to figure it out. Somebody mentioned that if somebody has a reservation at Red's Meadow, they can drive in. So they suggested maybe if somebody was leaving today, they could give me a ride to Mammoth. So, and the bugs are back after we came down, Island Pass. The bugs started back up again, and they're pretty bad. But yeah, that's the thing. And so I'm probably gonna take 2 days off. I'll go in today as a Nero. It's like 10-ish miles, and I got started at like 5:36. So hopefully should be there pretty quick before lunch, and then I can get things figured out as to where I'm gonna have to go, how I'm gonna be able to get to Mammoth, because I think if you go to Red's Meadow and can't get a ride or can't get out, there's another trail just a little ways away that you can take to a parking lot or something that a bus runs to. So lots of options. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a few days off there in Mammoth and get some gear issues straightened out. I need to clean my tent up really good, and I need something like a liner for my backpack, because even though it's waterproof, it kind of gets wet, and I think I might have some pinholes from abrasions in my backpack that's causing that. But anyway, long rambling. Good morning. We're on trail, but we'll finish this up, hopefully be down for a little while, and kind of coast on in to the JMT PCT split and back on the PCT, and on into Reds Meadow, Gladys Lake. Well, me and the mosquitoes are getting ready to ford this morning. Yay! No way around this one. Golly, and I have bug spray on. Alright, I'll take my shoes off, ford this, get on with my day. I think I have like 2 or 3 miles. I just decided to go in with my shoes and socks. I'm getting out in 2 or 3 miles, and it needed washed anyway. So here we are. I'm back to the JMT PCT split. Finished that 14-15 mile section that I got a permit for. Would I suggest it for somebody? Yeah, maybe if it was nice out. Like I said, I had to race all the thunder and lightning storms yesterday and didn't get to enjoy them. But anyway, Devil's Postpile is that way. I'm going to kind of look and see how far it is. I may go look at it. And then southbound JMT PCT is that way. Alright, I looked at the Far Out app a little bit more. So this is kind of a blue blaze that actually parallels the PCT and links back up to it. And then you gotta take kind of like another smaller trail along here to actually go to the Devil's Postpile monument. So I'm just gonna keep going and check that out, meet back up with the PCT, and finish the walk into Reds Meadows. And you can see in the formation right here on these rocks, some over there. This is part of the phenomenon known as Devil's Postpile. So this tells you how it was shaped. That's very interesting how the uplift is right there. That was our visit to Devil's Postpile National Monument. Instead of going all the way back, I'm still gonna continue on this blue blaze, and this actually takes me right to Reds Meadow Resort. So the road is closed, leaving Reds Meadow to go into Mammoth. So I've got to hike another 3.5 miles to Mammoth Lakes Pass. Then another 3.5 miles to a lake where I can get public transportation. And the bad part about this whole thing is back on the PCT, one way or another, I'm going to have to do 3.5 miles over again. Because if I take 2 days off in Mammoth, then I can get public transportation, back here, and I'll have to go 3.5 miles and do that over again. Or I can come back up the pass that I go down today, which is also 3.5 miles. But I guess it'll kind of give me an idea today what is worse, doing this part of the trail over again or coming back up that side trail. So, alright, I guess we'll figure it out. But I gotta get into Mammoth because I don't have a stove. Oh, it's been so exposed. This is all burned. It's still Angel Adams Wilderness. Pretty mountains out in the back. Of course, the afternoon thunderstorm clouds developing. I have 2.3 miles to the pass where the junction is to go into Mammoth, which is another 3.5 miles down. So, this is my day, yes. I made it to Mammoth Pass. That's what this area is. And I'm standing on the Horseshoe Lake Junction trail. So, we'll now take it. Just passed a couple day hikers. This trail did look pretty used. So, but I asked them if the buses were running because I did talk to a no-bow hiker that said they heard the buses from the lakes weren't running. But anyway, they said yeah, they saw the bus and they believed it was running. And I said, okay, thank you. And he said, you're 1.45 miles, so a mile and a half from there. And he said, you're a PCT hiker? I said, yeah. He said, just tell somebody and they're going to give you a ride. The friendliness of towns. Also, something about this trail. I just figure when you're like going into a town from a mountain or something, that it would be just like down, down, down. But it's actually been weird, like climbing and some like flat-ish like this. So this will be actually probably the best route for me to get back to the PCT than going all back to Red Meadows and repeating that 3.5 miles I did to get to Mammoth Lakes Pass. So, I mean, it's off 12 miles, but I don't care. 3.5 miles this way, 3.5 miles from Ridge Meadow. Either way. Getting towards the end of McLeod Lake. There are a ton of people here. So yeah, hopefully I can get a ride. If not the bus.
Happy trails, man.
Hey, thank you, sir.